A word for our listeners. Masks of Nyarlathotep is set in the 1920s. We will be using terms and sayings from those times, including some that could be considered offensive. It is not our intention to offend. We merely wish to offer as accurate a view of the time period as possible. Welcome to the Nerds Domain presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. Join us each week as our investigators follow a path of clues and attempt to save the world from an ancient evil. Starring John Quiet, Justin Kimmett, Shirley Nedzwicki, George Chimples, Jason Hall, and Scott Troiano, with Matt Quiet running the table as keeper. Eldritch evils and crazed cultists await you just beyond this music.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. This week, it's just me, Matt, here to talk to you real briefly about what's going on and why we don't have a full episode up this week. So, in the course of the summer, we actually had a little bit of problems with getting another set of episodes recorded before the 19th, when this episode comes out. So you're actually going to hear this episode, and there won't be another one until the 26th, but we should be back on track then. Summer schedules are a little difficult sometimes to schedule around, and we have 7 people with very active lives. Lots of weddings, some ballet recitals that we had to go to, some vacations, and so we had to do what we could to work out the best schedule possible, and this was the best thing we could do. Since we're about to hit our 1-year anniversary, I wanted to make sure we didn't miss anything in that first year, and we always had something up. It's been a goal of mine to make sure that we don't skip out on anything. I was originally going to do a clip show for you guys and have each character come in and talk, or each player come in and talk briefly about what was going on with their character and what they've learned as players. But again, our schedules are just really difficult, so we're going to have to do that at another time. Eventually, I would really like to have the players come on and just talk about the game and what they think about it. And we may do that as another brief bonus episode like we did with talking about the deaths of the characters, or I guess the insanities of the characters after the Nyarlathotep appearance. So, for now, we just have this episode up, this recording. It's going to be very short, very sweet, and hopefully to the point. We'll be back on track next week. I have made plans to work around any kind of interference with recording again, and hopefully those will stay in place, and we won't have any more spots like this where we're missing anything. However, we do have some stuff coming up. Gen Con is coming up in just over a month, so it'll be the 14th through the 17th of August here in Indianapolis. While we do have a game, it is completely full. It's sold out in the first 2 days available. So that's great for us, but not so great if you wanted to come and meet us. We will be at the convention. We will have a panel about how to start podcasting on the Jeep. And I think that's something we can talk about and we have some knowledge of. And we would be happy to see you for that. That was on Thursday at 2 p.m. You'll have to check the schedule. Look for the Nerds Domain and the Podcasting on the Jeep seminar in the schedule. And we'd be happy to have you there. There's still, I think, 50 or so tickets left for that. And then we'll just be around the convention, so if you happen to notice somebody in a Nerds Domain or Masks of Nyarlathotep shirt, stop and say hi and introduce yourself, and we'd be happy to meet any and all of our fans. Also, we hopefully will be hitting a convention in November called Starbase Indy here in Indianapolis as well. This one's a little more sci-fi, but I think it's going to be a good fit for our podcast and a good way to get us out there more. We again have Indie PopCon coming up next year. That will definitely be somewhere where we set up a table. And depending on how things go, we do have a Wizard World Indianapolis that we might consider setting up a table at, but that depends on cost, and that hasn't been revealed yet. I know next year, in conjunction, and there's a new Comic-Con coming to Indianapolis called AwesomeCon, are definitely ones we're looking at. Getting outside of Indianapolis, though, the price becomes much more difficult to manage. So I don't know if we'll be traveling very much. But if you would like to see us or you'd like to meet us, you can always find us on Thursdays teaching games at Game Paradise in Indianapolis. If you just happen to come through the city and are looking for a gaming store, that's a great place to stop. So let them know that we sent you, and not that it'll get you anything, but then they can tell me, hey, thanks. That would be great. You'll actually start hearing an advertisement for the store next week. They backed us on our Kickstarter for Indie PopCon, and the ad was part of the backer reward. We do have a Patreon page coming. I think technically it's up, but it doesn't have our videos up. We're going to record those very soon and get those edited and up there. If you have any interest in helping support us financially, that would be the way to do it. And you can watch the videos once they're up. But really, what it comes down to is, even if it's a penny that goes a long way to show that you enjoy what you're seeing and it's a value you appreciate. So anything you can donate there is very helpful. It helps with the cost of hosting. It helps with the cost of the website, and it hopefully will one day help us get better equipment. And I know that's been a plan for a while, and we really want to clean up our recordings so that they're easier to listen to and easier for you guys to access. So check out our Patreon page. And of course, you can always find our shirts over at /loot. We have the two designs. We have our Nerds Domain t-shirt and then our Masks of Nyarlathotep shirt. We may be changing that up and putting up a new design, maybe retiring one or both of those. So keep an eye out for that. And then I think that really is about it. We've got a lot of stuff going on, but we really would like to be more involved. If you have any questions or any thoughts about the game, if you have any moments that you really enjoyed, or thoughts about anything game related, or questions about anything related to gaming or RPGs in general, feel free to send us an email at nerdsdomain@gmail.com. You can always follow us on Twitter. That's at nerdsdomain, and you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/nerdsdomain. We'd be happy to see you at any of those places, and we always enjoy interacting with any and all of our fans. So please feel free to contact us any way you'd like, and we will hopefully be talking to you real soon.
This has been a production of the Omega Nerds Network, the network where it's on.